Get a lot of compliments on this. Plus, it's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones wears one.
If you watched last week's video on my Waymo driverless taxi experience, then you already got a sneak preview of the bag we're talking about today. Let's do a deep dive.
Pocket Theory.
What's going on, Pocket Theory? It's your main man, Suds, coming to you from my home office here in Austin, Texas. What are we talking about today? Well, we got a little bit of a mail call from our friends at Tactical Geek. Let's rip this package open and see what's inside. That's right, we got a package here from Tactical Geek. Say, children, do you ever get the urge to send me free shit? I can't blame you. I'm such a fun person to send free shit to. If you ever want to send me free shit, send it to Suds, care of Pocket Theory, at P.O. Box 447, Del Valle, Texas, 78617. Send it to me. I might talk about it in a video. Let's rip this package open and see what we're dealing with today. I got the pink baby banter. Yeah, that's right. Real men carry pink knives, bitch. Take this. I'm gonna cut this guy open. Try not to cut the contents on the inside. And let's see what Tactical Geek has sent us. Oh my goodness. Pocket Theory. Will you take a look at this? My goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Tactical Geek L3C EDC Shoulder Bag.
Really? A purse?
It's not a purse. It's a shoulder bag.
Much like the hip pack, shoulder bags have a long and distinguished history. They've evolved from functional pouches in antiquity to fashionable accessories here in the 20th century. If you're not a slave to fashion like I am, you might not be aware of the fact that shoulder bags are having a bit of a fashion renaissance. There are a lot of internet content creators and fashionistas out there who are wearing shoulder bags. A lot of celebrities and people that your kids are into, they carry shoulder bags. So it's kind of a cool thing right now. And of course, here in the EDC community, that is no exception. Shoulder bags are definitely gaining in popularity. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about the L3C EDC Shoulder Bag from Tactical Geek.
Are you referring to my man's bag?
Let's check it out. The first thing I want to point out is the design on this bag is just pretty gosh dang cool. The materials are very, very, very nice. I like the branding Tactical Geek. It's very subtle. They don't go overboard. It's just a very simple tag up here with the Tactical Geek brand. The entire front panel is this hook and loop with these laser cut MOLLE panels in here. There's a lot of potential for this front panel. You've got the MOLLE straps here. You could easily slip some items in here. You've got this strap down at the bottom. This is 500D Cordura nylon. This is the best of the best when it comes to EDC gear. I also want to point out YKK zippers. Yeah, we know YKK makes the best zippers, so why would anybody use anything else at this point? There is also on the back this insanely well-crafted shoulder strap. It's got a 360-degree rotating UTX flex clasp. Look at this clasp. First of all, you just press down in the middle and it comes apart and then pops right back in, and look at that. That is a freaking well-designed clip. This shoulder strap is insanely comfortable. I already had this on my shoulder. It's got this breathable material on the back so you can get rid of some sweat. This allows it to be fastened and unfastened quickly. Right behind that, you got this entire MOLLE panel. You've got some loops on both sides, so just understand this whole setup is reversible. If you want it to hang over the other shoulder, you can take this out and put it over here, and you can switch this over to this side if, you know, depending on if you're right or left oriented. With these straps on the back, it's a pretty cool system. You just press in there and it slips right out and slips back in, so you can easily switch sides. Same thing with this side here. You just press that little middle part and the inside pops right out. Very easy to adjust. The whole back panel has these MOLLE loops so you can secure it to a bigger system. You can take the strap off altogether and secure this to a backpack. There's a number of ways that you can carry it.
At first I thought it just looked good, but it's practical too. Check it out.
So while we're talking about the materials, let me just give Tactical Geek some serious props. If you watched my Hip Pack EDC video, you saw me talking about my VanQuest Dendrite and how I love the straps that VanQuest uses. Well, I got news for you people. Look what they've done. Look what they've done at Tactical Geek. This is the seatbelt material strapping that I think should be the standard in all EDC bags and sling bags. This is the most amazing strap material. Tactical Geek, I gotta give you some serious props. There, again, you would need a quality knife to cut through this. There is no way this is accidentally gonna snap. The freaking hardware is gonna snap before the strap does. So I wanna give Tactical Geek some big time props on that. The 500D Cordura nylon fabric, it's got UTX custom fasteners. The size of the bag is 30 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters wide. For all you Americans out there, that's approximately 11 by 7 inches, and it's about 3 inches wide. The total weight is 450 grams. The shoulder strap is adjustable. It has a complete length of 132 centimeters, and this is part of the Tactical Geek family, which means that there are a number of accessory options that you can use to also click on or incorporate into this carry. I'm gonna load this full of goods, and we're gonna see how it looks with a complete loadout. Let's do it.
It's got compartments for all your stuff. Your wallet, your keys.
The Cash L3 EDC Shoulder Bag from Tactical Geek comes in 2 colors. It comes in sort of a greenish tan one, and then it comes in this all black. I just want to thank Tactical Geek. Somehow they read my mind and knew that I would prefer the all black version, so thank you very much. This little strap here is a great place to just stash a Sharpie. I don't know if you're like me and you find uses for Sharpies all the time. That's great. When it comes to the Molle webbing that is on the shoulder strap, you could do something like this and just slide a little fixie blade on there so you can have that ready on your shoulder. And let's dig into the meat of the bag, shall we? As I mentioned on the front, this webbing, this hook and loop Molle webbing panel, you could obviously slip a pen or something in there, but I just went ahead and just put a big fat Velcro patch on. Guilty as charged. Yeah, I like donuts. What about it? The front is also a great place to stash some grab-and-go gear. I've got a nice little pry bar here. I've also got some urban EDC repellent for all the repellent people out there. Digging into this bag, we have 3 main compartments. The front compartment is pretty schnazzy. In here, I've just got my new card holder from Wayfinder with my main cards in it. I've also got a power bank and some charging cables, just some basic options like that. Just a place to keep some basic essentials in the front pouch. And then there's also this little secret pouch held in by hook and loop. This is the perfect place for you to put a little backup wallet or a passport holder, or like this one holds a notebook from Wayfinder, the Let's Go, but you can have some backup cards in there, and so on and so forth. And that seals right back up. And then the main compartment. Are you ready? Let's tear open these YKK zippers and see what we got going on in here. First of all, a good place to stash some sunglasses. We got a nice little handkerchief down at the bottom. This is a great little thing. It's got a little cologne, so you keep yourself smelling good. It's a little atomizer that gets stashed down in there. This thing's great. You can find these on Amazon. I'll put links to all this stuff in the description so you can find it yourself. Over on this side, you see you've got these 3 pockets that are kind of built in. They're not elasticide, so they're very sturdy. It's like a pretty good neoprene material. Over here, it's flat storage. I thought this would be a good place for a little backup card holder. This is just some business cards, some cash, a little Passmo card. In the middle, I've got my flashlight. Obviously, there's plenty of space in here to stash other stuff. Over on this side, I've got my little mini Guyver. If you guys have seen any of my videos where I break it down, this is just like a little junk drawer for your bag. It's got all kinds of goods and stuff in there. And then, of course, over in the final panel, I've got the Chaves. This is my favorite EDC knife. And then on this side, when we flip it around, you can see this whole back panel works with hook and loop. So I was able to utilize this hook and loop organizer. I've got my pen. I've got a little backup flashlight. I've got a Bic lighter. And then I've got my Steinwhale Bit Set and the SOG PowerPint. And then this is a great pouch. This is just a pouch from Maxpedition, but it's got built-in loop on the back, so it works really great. It's held in a position right there, so it's not gonna wiggle around. And this is just a basic hygiene pouch. Inside here, I've got some lip balm, some lotion.
I said it should have some lanolin in it, not some goddamn aloe vera bullshit.
Some deodorant, my over-the-counter pills, prescription pills, nail clippers, Tums, tweezers, eye drops, and then of course, a little handy trick is that as a zipper pull, you can use a little pill canister. So if there's anything that you want to keep watertight, you can use that. But that is all the space that is inside this shoulder bag. Obviously, it's like a step up from a hip pack, so it's a little bit more space than a small hip pack, but it's not as spacious as a backpack. It's somewhere in the middle. I like this thing. I think I don't really have anything like it in my EDC collection, so I can definitely see this becoming part of my rotation. So obviously we have this loaded and outfitted for an urban EDC loadout, but this is a very versatile bag. You could do a lot of things with this. You could have a sort of bushcraft survival loadout. You could definitely, if you're interested in concealed carry and pew-pews, you could definitely fit a pew-pew in here if that's what you're into.
This is a great bag, okay? And it's as handy as it is becoming.
So what's the final verdict? What are my final thoughts? Well, I can summarize my feelings like this. This is a dope EDC shoulder bag. If you're in the market for something that's a little bit bigger than a hip pack, you could do a whole lot worse than the L3C EDC shoulder bag from Tactical Geek. The materials are top notch. The design is top notch. The construction is top notch. I recommend it. This gets the Pocket Theory stamp of approval. Just remember, when you're putting together an EDC shoulder bag, think outside the box, be creative with your gear, and have fun with your EDC. This is Suds with Pocket Theory.
I love this bag.
Carry what you want.